Good morning, YouTube. This is Glenn with Red Dog Motorsports, and today we're doing our introductory video to our channel. So far we've put out some videos, some wheeling videos, some fabrication videos, some mechanical videos, just trying to get a feel for how this all works. And now we're going to officially get things off to our start. Behind me is one of the main rigs for our show. It's my buggy. I finished this in 2000, or 2020, I should say, not 2000, 2020. Started at about 2000, it feels like. But at any rate, it will show prominently in the show as we go forward. When I stop, that's me trying not to say my verbal static. Right now, I'm really just trying to keep it running, trying to keep it in good shape and wheel it. We are going to do a Atlas swap in it. We're going to do a brake upgrade on it and some suspension changes going forward. We're going to be doing some videos on it here coming up as we get it ready for a big trip that we're doing in December to Texas. That being said, any of the parts that come off of it are going to go on one of the other projects that we got going to build, which is a rock crawler for my son. I'll show you that one when we step outside. One of the other vehicles that's going to be prominent in the show, at least for a little while, is this Jeepster. This is going to be what I hope my rat rod burnout rig. I call it stickers. And we're going to do a V8 swap on it, like an LS with twin turbo, something silly, way overpower the car. We'll do a rear end swap in it to handle the power. Won't be doing too much else other than maybe like a body drop, suspension drop, get it down on the ground. I do have, hopefully it'll work out. I've got an idea for a really fun front axle. We'll have to see if it works out. I need to call the manufacturer of some parts and see what they think, how those things go together. I don't want to create anything unsafe, just trying to create an image. So if it works out, that'll be fun. I don't want to give away the secret yet, but we're going to get into that one. We also get into projects like this. This behind me is a black buggy that I finished for a friend of mine. We still have a couple of minor things to do to it, but when it came here, it was just basically a roller, and now it's a running and driving vehicle. And I'd like to do more of these. I like the idea of taking rigs that people just are losing interest in. They'd like to drive them, but they don't have the time, or maybe it was more projects that they wanted to do, and finish them up for them and then get them back out there so they can get on the trails. So hopefully we can find more of these to do going forward. Plus, it's always nice to build something with somebody else's money. Just makes it easier on my pocketbook. I'll take you outside where I've got my other rigs. We've got some projects. I got a 50-ton press that I'm working on that I'd like to build. We've got a grinder I'd like to do, the belt grinder. I've got a disc grinder currently, or a wheel grinder that I like to turn into a belt grinder. So we got some projects like that we're going to be building on as well. Down over here behind me is my son's Jeepster. This is just a body. We've got all of it. We've got the front end, we've got the windshield, all that stuff for it. It doesn't have a frame because we're going to custom build one. I've got a pair of 60s for it, V8. The transmission is going to be a turbo 400 reverse manual valve body, and then the 241 205 doubler that's in my buggy currently will be, when it comes out for the Atlas swap, we'll go into that one. So we have all of the basic components to get this one together. Just need to get started on it, which I'm hoping to do this year. It will happen this year. We will get started on it, but maybe we can get it to the point of actually being close to a runner as well. The diesel that you see sitting beside it is one that came out of a vehicle I had a while back, one of the 3500s, and I would like to swap it into something at some point, maybe into a motorhome or something, or make a decent tow rig, crawler hauler kind of deal. Let's see, going over here, I got my Jimmy. It's a 75. It is a unmolested vehicle. It's got almost stock everything at this point, and really plan to do just an 80s build on it. Not get too crazy with it. I like having it as a driver. I really enjoy driving that vehicle. So probably do something mild to the motor, you know, maybe heads, intake, which we already have an intake for it. Maybe some headers, cam, that kind of thing. Nothing too crazy. We'll just rebuild the transmission, not looking to change up the transfer case or axles. Mild lift, you know, put it on 33s just like it would have been done just a couple of years after they built it and an owner bought it back in the early 80s. And it's got a lot of body work to do on it as well. We need to fix all the rust, replace the windshield, the interior behind the firewall is rusted out, so we got to replace all of that. So we'll get into some repairs. We'll get the interior looking nice, you know, the seats need to be recovered, that kind of thing. And that's all stuff I like to turn my hand to. But with that vehicle, my intention really is just to not change it too much from what it is now, but make it a much better driver. We've got some other projects. I got my 06 Dodge. It's about done. It needs the aesthetics done, but it is got new motor, new transmission. Entire front end's been rebuilt. I need to do the rear yet, and then it needs paint and the interior spiffed up a little bit better. And it would be basically a brand new truck. Problem is I then turned around and I bought this one. This is my 2011. I had it a while back, 3 years ago I think it was. I sold it. I didn't need it at the time, didn't think I was going to be towing double. Then I got into deciding to build this one for my son. And so I decided to get back into diesels, which is why I had the 06. When the chance to buy the 11 came up, I went ahead and did it because it was pennies on the dollar. I like the 11 body style. I like the transmission, but I actually prefer that motor, the 5.9 with the bigger turbo, bigger injectors. So I don't know. We're gonna get this one fixed up. We'll rebuild the transmission. We'll fix all of the little things on it, get it cleaned up. As you can see here on the right, it's been crashed. So it needs new fender, hood, grille, bumper, and that'll necessitate a paint job, which I don't know if I'll try my hand at that, or because that one might be beyond me. I'm not too worried about doing the white one. I can do it. It'll be a 20-footer because I'm not a great painter. But if I put the effort into all of the prep work, I think I can turn out something half decent on it. And it's just white. It's not that hard to do. But this one's two-tone. And it's got a far different paint job on it. So I'm a little concerned about whether or not I can pull something off on it that would look decent. But we're going to do a flatbed on it. The bed's kind of screwed up, so I'm thinking that we'll pull it off. We'll do a skirted flatbed. So that'll be a fun build. But then the question is, I can't keep them both. So then I'm going to have to get rid of one of them. And the question of which one. My son wants me to keep the 2011. I don't know. I like the truck, but we'll see. Those are just what we've got on hand. You know, there's lots of other things we'd like to get into. There's definitely some hot rods as we see things come up. If we find a good deal, we'll jump on something. I've got probably a couple of RV projects that we wouldn't mind doing. Like I said, wouldn't mind swapping in that diesel. Oops, going the wrong way. Wouldn't mind swapping that diesel into something. That would be a fun swap. I wouldn't mind doing an electric vehicle. I think that would be fun, as well as just something to do that's a little bit different, that is moving in a new direction. You know, burnout car that's all electric would be kind of cool. With the torque and everything that you can get out of electric motors, I think you can make a good burnout car. Probably wouldn't have a longevity in terms of the amount of time you can use it between charges, but it still would be a fun build. So in closing, just to wrap up, as you can see, we got a lot of projects here to keep you entertained. If you've already subscribed, thank you. We really appreciate the support. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. We'd like to get this thing going so that we can do more to entertain y'all. So we look forward to producing some videos to entertain you, and we hope to talk to you soon. Have a good day.